Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow marks 40 years since a bomb rocked a small Minnesota town and took the life of the assistant postmaster.
Someone sent that bomb in the mail in Kimball. 60-year-old Iven Holen died in the blast as he sorted through packages that May morning. No arrest has ever been made in the case. But as WCCO's Collin found, investigators aren't ruling out a man once named a suspect in Jacob Wetterling's disappearance.
You don't forget that.
Even a 5-year-old could understand the severity of that phone call. Jennifer Harrell remembers it as the moment her grandpa was gone.
It was very interesting. He had a lot to say and a lot to give.
Iven Holen went to work as assistant postmaster in Kimball on May 13, 1976. As he sorted mail at 6:42 that morning, a bomb exploded. The blast so strong it blew glass across the street. Holen died on the way to St. Cloud Hospital. 40 years later, no motive, no arrests, no answers.
We need to have closure in our family. My dad needs to know what happened.
But on this somber anniversary, there is new hope after a local author passed on new clues and a name they've never heard before.
It's exciting to see where it goes.
A man once considered a suspect in another Stearns County case 13 years after the bombing, the kidnapping of Jacob Wetterling. Police arrested Dwayne Hart 3 months after Jacob went missing.
Dwayne Hart didn't have rhyme or reason for anything, from what I remember of him.
A Stearns County deputy for 32 years, Bob Kunkel is now 73 and retired. He can still recall a few run-ins with Dwayne Hart in his time on the force. He says he arrested Hart for writing bad checks, then for dragging a horse behind his truck, breaking its legs. But it's what Hart said during one of those arrests just weeks before the post office bomb went off he won't forget.
I'm going to blow you right out of your house. You won't even know it happened.
Investigators can't say for sure that Iven Holen wasn't the intended target that morning. But in this town of 600, it's always been widely believed he was not. The exploding package was set in the pile for Route 1, where 300 people live just north of Kimball.
And this is Route 1?
This was Route 1, yeah.
Kunkel says back then he heard he may have been the target. But when Dwayne Hart was interviewed, Hart told investigators he didn't remember Kunkel's name. He says it never went any further. Hart is currently committed to Minnesota's sex offender program for molesting dozens of men and young boys. One of his victims told WCCO in the 80s Hart would often brag about being the guy responsible for the Kimball bomb, claiming he'd gotten away with it.
To connect some dots would really be nice.
It was Ivan's granddaughter who pushed to open the case 8 years ago, wishing now another year won't pass without the news they've waited so long for.
We need to solve it and move on and celebrate Grandpa's life.
A private investigator interviewed Dwayne Hart in prison back in 1990. He admitted that the FBI removed bomb-making materials from his house in 1976. Now, Hart also said he was a demolition expert in the Vietnam War, planting bombs to blow up enemy barracks.
Wow. So what is the Postal Inspection Service saying about this possible connection to Hart?
Right, that's the agency involved in this case. They really won't say anything one way or the other because of this ongoing investigation. And we should mention that we did reach out to Dwayne Hart, but he declined our request for an interview. There is a $100,000 reward that is still being offered in this case, so they're hoping someone comes forward.
Yeah, hopefully, like the family said, they want closure. So, right. All right. Thank you, Liz.